Hey there, I'm John Stevenson, the Guaranteed Retirement Guy. Today, I'm going to be helping you find out the best way to get the highest paying pension in retirement. So if you're retired or you're thinking about retiring either soon or in the later future, let's talk about what you need to do to get the highest pension payout possible, okay? Now, you might have Social Security, and Social Security is a form of a pension. You might have even a pension right now from your current employment. And maybe that pension offers you a lump sum payment versus the guaranteed income payments. And maybe you're thinking, well, is there a higher pension that I can use this lump sum for to get even more guaranteed income than if I just kept it, where it is? And yes, absolutely. The answer is yes. There are pensions out there that you can purchase. Absolutely will give you more income. I can tell you that from experience. Okay. And if you're thinking about just adding additional pensions to your income, then we're going to be talking about that as well. So if you look at my channel, The Guaranteed Retirement Guy, you will notice that I talk about annuities, okay? Annuity contracts for lifetime income. And a lot of people reach out to me because they want the highest guaranteed lifetime income for either themselves or maybe if you're married, for yourself and your spouse, okay? And that's what I specialize in, okay? I talk about annuities and I show everything that's available. So if there is an annuity that pays you a ton of income up here, but it pays me a low commission, I'm gonna show it to you, okay? I show everything across the board. And I want to make sure that you know that because transparency is key when you're thinking about investing your hard-earned money into a pension or into an annuity, and you wanna make sure it is the highest possible one out there. Okay, if you want to book a call, there is a link to my calendar down below, and we'll talk about, any type of annuity you're looking for. I will show it to you, and I'll give you my advice. And of course, I'd love to sell it to you. If you're thinking about purchasing an annuity, I'd love to help you with that. But what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you how to get the highest pension possible. Okay, so really visually is the easiest way here to go through this. All right, so if you're looking at my screen, you'll notice that there is a 60-year-old. And this is a single payout. So right now, I'll just tell you this first example is going to be a huge inflated payout. It's guaranteed for life, but most of you are not in this situation. If you are, then great. But what this is showing is someone who has $500,000 and they are a female, okay, and they're single. Okay, they're going to also not take income for 10 years. So because of that, they're going to have a huge rate of growth and they're going to have a lot of income. Okay, so you might be wondering, well, what can $500,000 give me as a single payout as a female? Well, I'll show you. If I scroll down here, you'll notice the highest payout with Midland National is $82,550 per year, guaranteed the rest of your life. Now, the fine print is you got to wait till 70, okay? This is age 60 going till 70. So you might not want to wait that long, and a lot of people don't, but maybe you do. And if you do, we can talk. And if you're married, the payout will probably be less depending on your spouse, okay? So it all depends on what their age is because the insurance company is on the hook for them as well. Okay, so I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I wanted to show you at least the possibilities. And this is just the first page. It's just showing you all the top annuities from each of these companies, okay? So let's go up here and we'll change some parameters. Okay, I'm going to bring this down to age 65. So a lot of people will wait till age 65 to retire because that's when Medicare starts. Okay, and then I'm going to say that you're a male. And before I change that to a joint, I'm just going to show you the payout real quick. See, the payout's a little bit less. It's like, $53,000 with a life insurance company of the Southwest, which is owned by National Life Group, and they're 175 years old. Great option, okay? But that's for a single payout for a male, okay? For a female, I'm just curious if that's any different. Nope, same company. Okay, good. All right, so we'll go back to male, but now we're going to say you are married, okay? And let's say that your spouse is quite a bit younger than you. Okay, if your spouse is younger than you like my wife is, my wife's 4 years younger than me. So that's going to reduce it much more because the insurance company is now on the hook for not only a man, but a woman. And women live longer. Okay, and so when they look at those mortality tables, they take that into an account. So they're on the hook for your life and her life. Not only is she a woman, but now she's younger. So that's even more income. Okay, so we're going to change this to joint. And I haven't changed anything else. Okay, it's still $500,000. If it's less than that, then of course we can look at that. If you want to book a call, we'll look at that for your specific situation. And if it's more than that, we'll look at that too. All right, so we'll say you're 60 years old, your wife is 56. Okay, so I'm just going to put it in the same situation as me and my wife. If we were going to purchase an annuity at 60, I'm 60 and she's 56, but we're going to wait to take income for 5 years. It's going to reduce it, but it's going to be guaranteed for both of our lives. Okay. So let's see exactly how much that would be. So not too bad. All right. So National Life Group, they're paying out $44,531 guaranteed for the rest of her life and my life. Okay. That's pretty nice. So when I take income at 65, she's going to be 61. Well, we have longevity in our family, which means she's probably going to live till at least 95. I hope I'm living till 100. In fact, I'm planning on it. But if I don't, she's probably going to live till her mid-90s, which means she's going to take income out for at least 30 years, if not more. So you look at the math, do the math real quick in your head. 30 years. It's almost like $1.5 million in income. And if she lives longer, I live longer, that income is guaranteed for both of our lives. Okay. So again, we're talking about a guaranteed contractual pension. Okay. This is guaranteed for the rest of your life. Okay. So I just want to make sure you are aware of that, because when I pull up the illustration here, I want you to see what this looks like with growth. Okay. This is an indexed annuity. Okay. Indexed annuities earn whatever the index is earning, up to a cap. Okay. So for this one, it's the S&P 500 and they're capping you at 8%. So you can see the credited interest rate during the good years, 8%. During the bad years, when the market's down, you're earning 0. But remember, that's only affecting the account value. But you notice when you're taking this income out, the $44,531, over time, eventually your account balance on the left here will go down. And you can see by the time you're in your 80s, it's at 0. Okay. But the income, that income's guaranteed for life. And if you take that out until you're 95, you've taken out almost $1.4 million. You see what I mean? So that's what you're purchasing. You're purchasing the highest pension payout available for you and your spouse. Okay. Isn't that beautiful? For me, I love when I can get the highest pension payout. I know that my needs are met and my wife's needs are met. Then I can go out here and be crazy in the stock market, buy Bitcoin or whatever I want to put in, whatever my heart's desire. And no matter how risky I am over here, even if I lose everything over here, I know that we are taken care of. Okay. I've taken care of my needs, my wife's needs, and we're good. Okay. We're not going to have especially our kids, they won't have that burden of taking care of us if we lose everything. Right. So that's so important to have those guarantees set up. So, all right, I'm going to go back here and I'll just kind of do one more example just to show you what the possibilities are. Let's say you don't have 500,000. Okay. Let's say you got 300,000. Okay. I won't change anything else. Say 300,000. Let's say your spouse, let's say you're a male and your spouse is 4 years younger, like my wife is for me. And of course it's going to be much less of a payout. 26,000. So almost 27,000 per year guaranteed for the rest of your life. That's from $300,000. Maybe that's all you need. And a lot of times for a lot of my clients, that's perfect. Okay. They've got Social Security, they got their pension, maybe they got a rental, and then the extra $26,000 is just gravy on top. You take that out for 30 years, you're almost at $800,000 in income from 300 grand. Pretty good. All right. So that's really the power of it. One more example. All right. We're going to change you to 55 years old. We're going to bring it right back up to 500,000. I'm going to change this, make sure it's a male. Do a joint here. The spouse is, let's say, the same age. Okay. Okay. So now let's go back and we're going to illustrate. And the income rider, that is the highest income. Okay. You can buy a SPIA, a DIA, and a QLAC, and those are all going to provide lifetime income as well. They just don't provide as much. Okay. So those are for other reasons. I mean, outside of the scope of this video, there's other reasons to use those contracts. But if your sole purpose is to get the highest lifetime income, then usually an income rider will provide that over all else. Okay. All right. So I'm going to bring this back and I'm just going to say I want to retire at 62. Okay. So I'm 55. My wife is also 55. So again, I said I was gonna put it 4 years behind, but I'm just gonna make this very simple and make both of our ages the same. Okay, because a lot of you might have ages that are very, very similar to each other. Okay, so if we look at this, we say, all right, I'm 55, my wife's 55, I'm going to put in $500,000 and I'm not going to retire until I'm 62 because that's when I can take my Social Security. That's the earliest time I can. Okay. So that's what I'm going to base it off of. And then of course I'm going to put in here no income reduction. What does that mean? Well, that means that it cannot go down. It is absolutely guaranteed for the rest of your life. And the reason why I check that is because if I don't, it's going to show me some higher ones that'll go down after 5 years. And so you'll notice that a lot of times you'll see that in the income rider in my tool. Sometimes it'll show some of those inflated ones, but they only provide that for just like 5 or 6 years, and then they'll reduce after that. So I usually like to get the highest guaranteed income I can for the rest of my life and never have it go down. Okay. And usually most people want that as well. All right. So I put $500,000 in at age 55. I'm taking income at age 62. My wife is also 62. We're taking joint income. Drum roll. Look at that. Got Midland barely, and I mean barely, beating out National Life Group. That is so close. All right. So, and they're both good options. Okay. Midland's A+, and so is National Life Group. National Life Group's been around longer, 175 years. Midland's been around for like 119 years. So they're both well over a century. Okay, they're very strong companies, and they're both giving you very similar income. Look at this. It's like $51,531 versus $51,550. Okay, if I were to look at that monthly, it's nothing. $42.94 versus $42.96. So the difference is $2. Okay. So all depends on you. They're both good companies. If you want the oldest company, then choose National Life. So, but they're both good. They're both really, really good choices. Okay. And this is joint income. This is guaranteed. And if you're thinking, well, I might take it at 62, but what if I wait till 63? What if I wait just 12 more months? I don't know if I want to retire at 62. I think I do. But what if I want to wait 12 more months? Well, what will that do? Well, you can see the income rises. You notice that Midland's still on top at 47. The same one though with National Life Group is 46.41. So you notice the difference is a little bit bigger. And then you'll notice that North American, which is a sister company to Midland, they actually start popping up there as well. So still in the top 3, but it's always good if you're thinking about maybe waiting longer, and I'll pull this out to age 65 just so you can kind of see, then you have to kind of plan accordingly and say, all right, well, which one will give you the most income, during that time period from like 62 to 65. You can see the top one is Midland still, okay? Then followed by North American, then Ameritas, and then you'll notice National Life is down here. So it starts decreasing. So National Life's sweet spot is kind of, really at that like 6 or 7 year deferral period. And then beyond that, it's not as strong. Okay. So, but you'll notice with Midland they're strong. That's $5,700 per month guaranteed if you were to wait until you're 65 and your spouse is 65. And that's just because you're deferring it for 10 years. Okay. So the longer you defer it, the longer it gives this contract the benefit value for your income to grow. Okay. So this is how you get the highest guaranteed pension for the rest of your life. So I'd highly recommend booking a call. If you have money sitting in your pension and it's a deferred pension and you have a lump sum available and you want to compare, maybe you want to compare what you'll get right now if you take lifetime income from it, or if you take the lump sum and put it into a contract like this, you might be surprised at what the income would be compared to what you would get if you just left it where it was. Okay. So anyways, hope this helps. Again, if you want to chat about annuities, I'm not going to try to sell anything, but I will try to help. Okay. So book a call. There's a link below this video and we'll talk about all of your annuity questions. And of course, if that's something that makes sense, I'd love to sell it to you. So otherwise, don't worry about it. I'm not going to try to sell you anything. I'm really just here to help and give you value. So if this video has given you any kind of value at all, I hope that you will hope you'll subscribe, hope you'll share it. And I hope if you have questions that you feel comfortable asking them down below, because I will answer them. Okay. So again, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.